The Horn Star burned like a judgment over Zera, the superheated air shimmering over the Wan Corporation's rusted geometry. This was a world forgotten by the gods, a quarry gouged into the planet, coated in ochre dust that clogged the lungs. Here, Jake Rowan tightened a bolt. He was a mechanic, 35, with calloused hands and ghosts in his eyes. He wasn't a hero. He was an ex-Alliance peacekeeper, haunted by the plasma fire of Ganymede 7. He'd traded his weapon for a wrench, fixing things instead of breaking them, counting the days until his Starflight Corsair could carry him away from his memories. 63 more days. He felt the weight of the Shen watching him. The sapphire-skinned natives, their silver hair stark against the dust, their dignity a silent reproach to the corporate scar. Their well was almost dry. Trouble arrived in the form of Henderson, the station chief, a man whose smile never reached his eyes. He was arguing with the Shen elder. "Treaties change," Henderson sneered. "So does the water level." The elder's reply was as dry as the cracked earth. "Then the Shen challenge you, the trial by blade. The victor takes the spring." A chill cut the heat. This was no mere challenge, it was a sacred binding right. Henderson, trapped, scanned his mercenaries. Then his gaze, cold and calculating, found Jake. "The corporation accepts," Henderson announced, pointing. "Him. It's always the quiet ones, isn't it? The ones trying to stay invisible, pulled into the center of the storm." "I'm a mechanic," Jake said, his voice quiet. "I've seen your file, Lieutenant," Henderson hissed, the threat clear. His past, resurrected as blackmail. Jake stood in the ring of stones, a combat knife feeling alien in his hand. Opposite him, Liara, blade of the Shen. She was magnificent and terrifying, her ancestral blade a blur. She moved like a predator. He survived like a mechanic, analyzing patterns, dodging, waiting. She saw the corporate insignia, the embodiment of her world's destruction. He was tiring. They locked blades, straining. His eyes, trained to find flaws in machines, found one in her armor, a microfracture in the pauldron, a single, fatal thrust. He could win, but the screams of Ganymede 7 echoed in his mind. The colonists he'd watched die, his silence, his complicity. He had failed to intervene then. He wouldn't fail now. "Your left pauldron," he whispered. "It's cracked." Liara froze. Shock, honor from the enemy. The duel's nature shattered. It was no longer an execution, it was a test. "Why?" she demanded, in a later clinch. "I fix things," Jake gasped. "I don't destroy them." She understood. Her blade flashed, not a killing blow, but a precise strike. It sliced his palm, and his knife clattered into the ochre dust he had lost. And then the universe shifted. A drop of Jake's blood hit her ancient blade. A low hum filled the air. Runes, dormant for millennia, ignited in a blazing crimson. The sword lifted, hovering an inch above the dust, and as one, the entire Shen clan warriors, elders, women fell to their knees. Not to Liara, to Jake. "Blood of the first ones," the elder choked out. Henderson, seeing his world tilt, strode forward. "Rowan is company property." Liara, recovering, snatched her glowing blade and stood beside Jake, a guardian. In the sacred sanctuary, the proof was absolute. The elder presented the cube of stars. Jake hesitated, then touched his bleeding palm to the artifact. It warmed, unfolded, and bloomed. A three-dimensional star map filled the chamber, a path of light tracing a route across the void. "The path of return," the elder whispered. Henderson's shock melted into a greed so profound it was almost worship. Jake was no longer a mechanic. He was the most valuable asset in the galaxy. But a key, once recognized, holds its own power. Jake, now flanked by Liara, faced the corporation. He'd read the protocols. He negotiated not for himself, but for the water. A new treaty was signed. His contract was rewritten. He was now a liaison, a bridge between two worlds. That evening, Jake and Liara watched the stars ignite. Henderson's shuttle was a retreating spark, a promise of future conflict. The corporation would be back. But Jake wasn't running. He looked at the path the first ones had left, and for the first time since Ganymede, he felt anchored. He took Liara's hand. His journey, the real one, was just beginning.